What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Sweet Action Golf channel here on YouTube. Today is going to be a struggle session on the range for me. I want to show off some of the features of the GSPRO software we're using here, and also the Uniquer XR launch monitor software. Both are very, very beneficial when it comes to instruction and to getting better. Um, I was not going to make a video today, but I found some inspiration. I have got to get my game worked out. I am not thrilled at all with the way I've been playing. The recent rounds I have posted on YouTube are going the wrong direction. It's not very awe or confidence inspiring. So I I think I did a lot of thinking, and I think I know why I'm not performing as well as I want. So as we go through the practice session, the warm up, and everything today, uh, I'm going to get a lot of it out, and hopefully you guys will listen to it. You'll pay attention, and it'll help you see the areas in your swing, in your game that need improvement, and it'll help you develop a plan of action to get the results that you're looking for, to get you playing and scoring better, and more importantly, having more fun in the game of golf. Thank you guys so much for checking out the channel. Give us a like, a share, a follow, and a sub. I am on a quest for 100 subs here on YouTube, and every little bit helps. Thank you so much. I am also available on Facebook and Instagram. Lessons available here in person, right here in Sylvania, Ohio, or virtually. Check out SweetActionGolf.com for all lesson information. So we're on the GS Pro software driving range, and I am using the dynamic hole builder. We can set up different shots over a variety of distances. And what I have here, if I can find the right club, I've got it set up for between 60 and 130 yards. And we get 3 shots at every number. The green is going to change. The layout is going to change. The pin location is going to change. Um, and we're just going to try and get loose and work on some fundamentals so that we can play a little bit better while still having as much fun as we're having. So it's no secret that I've been playing bad. There have been some flashes of decent golf, some flashes of greatness in some of those rounds, but there are too many mistakes uh, in my swing that I can feel. I understand why they're there. Um, and these are not excuses. I'm not trying to make excuses why I'm not playing or scoring well, but oh, that's terrible. I hate that. That was all arms and off the toe. Um, one thing that is going to be a common theme, and I talked about this in some of the mid round dialogue I did, is my back. It's just the way it is. There are days when it feels really, really good until it doesn't, and then days it feels bad the whole way around. And I was playing really, really well. The swing felt good. I wasn't chasing numbers. I know my club head speed is down by about 5 miles an hour across the board. That is directly related to my back and my legs. I am more concerned with hitting it straight and knowing where it's going, how far it's going to go, as opposed to how far I can hit it, how fast I can move it. So um, I'm not concerned about the drop off. I understand why. Oops, I don't want that one. I understand why it's there, but it needs to be addressed. And one of the reasons why I'm experiencing the big two-way miss that I am, either that big block out to the right or the quick, snappy toe hook pull, is because I am overcompensating for what's going on in my back. If my back is tight, if my legs aren't active, I try and make a bigger turn. My swing gets too long, it crosses the line, and it starts pointing off to the right. Well, because that club is so far stuck behind me now, I've got to blow up out of my posture. There's no way I can cover that ball and rotate my hips at the same time while I'm blowing up out of my posture. So that's why it's going right. And other times I try and gather more power and speed because I can feel my legs not playing along. And I rip that club over and it goes off the toe and rips left. So understanding that the back issue is the driving force here, we can still, I hate that left miss. We can still make changes and work on things in our swing that are fundamentally correct to try and regain that lost momentum from the week layoff I had. Right around the second week of January, I had an SI joint flare up. I spent the better part of a week on my back with my legs up. I couldn't do anything, could not participate in life. And then as soon as I start feeling better, I got to start working on my game so that I can play in the SGT and create content for you guys. And uh, the results just have not been there. So as I'm struggling and working this out, I am glad I am hitting it bad now because by the time the end of this video rolls around, we're going to have it dialed in pretty good. So as I'm still getting loose, you can see my numbers way down. The left miss says it's all arms. There's no shoulder turn. There's no hip action. Our ball flight can really, really tell a lot of what's going on in our swing if we take the time to examine what's going on. That's off the toe as well. All right, 68 yards here, a little change as we are still getting loose on this fine, cold Tuesday morning after the big storm. 68 yards. Don't want to miss it short. Oh, that is nothing but arms. And I absolutely hate it. I am so worried about that swing getting long and having to rely on my upper body to manipulate that club on the way down because I'm worried about my hips not joining the party, that it just turns into that. And that is what we are working on today. So we want to make sure our takeaway is good, started by our left shoulder, and we want to keep that backswing short and then rotate with our hips. That's all the golf swing is, left shoulder, left hip. And I am making it very, very complicated lately. Bad balance there, but better, straighter, higher. And I really, really underestimated and forgot how challenging it is. Here we go. Oh, too good. How challenging it is to hit decent golf shots and score well while trying to talk to the camera, while trying to remember where I was mid sentence and things of that nature. So I've got to be better for you guys for that as we continue to get loose here. Do not like that hook. Do not like. Numbers are our friends there. We're hitting it high enough, right? We've got a 50-degree descent angle. We're happy with that. Off the toe is going to result in less spin. And then all that into out close garbage. So let's try and work on being a little bit more square in our takeaway. That's a little bit better, but I'm not thrilled with that, to be honest. When I practice in here using a sim, whether it be on course practice or on the range using the dynamic holes, I like to practice to the 10% rule. So if I've got 131 yards, which I do here, I want to hit it inside 13 feet more times than not. It's very, very hard to do. Some days it's not. Some days it comes very, very easy. Um, it's very hard to play that 10% game, but it does help us when we get outside and start playing outside. So instead of just mindlessly beating golf ball after golf ball, ah, over the top. Have a specific goal in mind when you practice. I am not hitting my goals right now. I will tell you that. So the practice will continue. Now is a great time to mention our fantastic sponsors here at Sweet Action Golf. Starting off first with CigarDez.com and Jay Menke. For personalized, affordable cigar packages at any price point, please visit CigarDez.com. Jay will take care of you. Jay, miss you, buddy. Haven't seen you in a while. Hope you can come and play soon. And also, if you want to look, feel, and play like a pro, and boy, do I want to play like a pro, visit GearUpSportswear.com. Every time I'm in the studio here making videos for you guys with a student in a lesson, pretty much any time at all, I am in a Gear Up shirt. If you, like I said, look good, feel good, play good all the time. That's my motto, and you can do that with Gear Up Sportswear. New shirts will be out soon, and they will be available at the Toledo Golf Show right here in Sylvania, coming up in 4 weeks. The week of September or September, February 20th, 21st, I believe. Check that out, Toledo Golf Show. So, um, my back is the biggest reason why things don't go the way I want them to when I play right now. We'll leave my mental game out of it, but right now the cause of my concern is my back as it relates to my swing and my game. We were outside our number, our 10% game there. So my train, my reasoning, my thought process goes something like this pretty much every day. I wake up, I move around a little bit. Hey, my back feels pretty good. And then it goes to like a flow chart. Do I practice or do I play? And then there's that invisible line somewhere that says you only have so many swings left in you, whether it be today, for the week, a month, or forever. Yeah, your game needs work, but it's so much fun to play. But it's not fun to play when you're not scoring, when you're making bad mistakes, and you can't hit the shots that you want to hit. So on a good day, I thought today was going to be a rest day when I woke up. Like I said, I found some inspiration about hour and a half, 2 hours ago, and I thought I'd make this video of me struggling, trying to work it out with the intent of hopefully helping somebody out there who might be struggling as well. So because of my back, we know that when I miss, my swing gets too long and I try and generate too much power from the top, and it leads to a miss left and it leads to a miss right. I don't like either one of those. I like hitting it straight. So, in an attempt to keep my back issue in mind, my first and primary goal is to make sure my left shoulder is turning away from my target and I'm keeping my backswing short. I am not trying to do too much with that club at the top of my backswing, because if I can keep it short and ready to go, all I have to do is turn my left hip out of the way and everything comes back just the way I want. So today's goal right now is trying to keep that backswing short. I mean, we'll take either one of those because we're working on our game, but from 97 yards, I feel like it should be closer than 16 feet. That one is. Oh, that one is not. Too good. So we are going to hit a few more here on the GSPRO dynamic hole, dynamic range feature. And then, since this is as pretty much as loose as I am going to get today, we are going to hit some full shots on a range and use the Uniquer XR launch monitor software in range to show off some of those features. That's halfway there. That was, I don't know why I even made that swing. Oh, all right, let's refocus. Let's refocus. You can tell that was all arms because the ball went left. Everything was closed there. Boy, I feel like I'm just hanging on to it a little bit at the, that club doesn't go that far, at the bottom. Into out, a little bit closed. I do like that descent angle though. I like how high it's going. No, that was the big helper. Oh, so we had 3 cracks at that number, and 2 of those swings were supremely, supremely bad. We might have to spend a little bit more time here than we want. Oh. All right, refocus. The back must be feeling okay today. The legs are playing a part. The club head speed is starting to jump back up there. Descent angle is great. Spin is great. We need to hit it closer. If we are going to compete and be competitive, on the SGT this winter, we have got to hit it closer. That's 17 feet there. Ah, I pulled it. That was arms at the bottom. Ah. One thing I do like to do, and I will end up making a video about this down the line. I love to use the dynamic hole builder and set it to pretty much what we're doing now, but hit 3 different shots for each attempt that we get at the numbers. So with this, I would try and hit a standard stock shot, maybe a high one, and then a low punch, just to try and work on different shot shapes and trajectories. We'll take that all day, right? Ooh, oh, good descent angle there, but we must have caught that one a little heavy because we were a little shy in the spin department. A little left again. All right, thanks for sticking with me so far. I am going to change things up. We are going to go to the range. So give me 1 second to switch everything over. I'll be right back. All right, guys, we are back. This is the Unicore XR software. What you see on screen is the driving range, which is shown on the projector. This is usually the view I give for lessons when I record lessons for my students. Everyone gets their own private link. I record the entire session, and they can go back and watch it as often as they like. We are mic'd up to isolate the audio, but this is what it looks like. And the side screen up there in the corner is going to be impact of club head and everything else. So we are on the range. We have a regular pitching wedge, 43-degree pitching wedge. Um, I'm going to make some full swings, and I'm going to tell you what I feel and what the data says I need to work on. So we've got a little block to the right there. Top left of the projector screen is going to show you a still frame of impact. We were dead nut center there. Screen over here is going to show you the video. Every swing is captured. Every impact is captured. It went right because that face was open just a touch. As far as club head speed goes, 78. That's not bad. We carried it 125. That's 10 yards short of where this club needs to go for me. And that is because my club head speed is 5 miles an hour weaker, slower than what it was at the end of last season. So, while we are never trying to impress this machine is here to help us and tell us what we need to work on to get the results we are looking for downrange. And straight away, that club head speed tells me it's never going to go as far as I want it to until that gets up over 80. Now, if you watch the first part of the video, you know that it's a constant struggle day to day with my back, hips, and legs. And I'm okay with that. Considering of where I was 3 years ago, I will take that trade every day of the week. But one of the reasons why I'm having the issues I'm having both in dispersion and misses or, contact is because that club head speed isn't what it should be. I know it, my brain knows it, and my arms and upper body is trying to make up for it in my downswing. The only way that club head speed number can go up is if we effectively manage our weight, our balance, and use the ground as leverage. Maybe the weight's creeping a little bit toward my toes instead of being back on my heels. So we're going to check that real quick. We're going to tap our toes before this one to make sure we're starting in the right spot. And we got it to jump up that time, right? It jumped up over 80 there. So we saw a 2-mile-an-hour increase from the first swing, 2.5-mile-an-hour increase from the second swing. But I'm not happy with that big pull left. The other numbers are okay. Descent angle is great. But it's a miss to the left, which I can't stand. And the distance isn't what it needs to be. So instead of sitting here all day grinding out, trying to hit a certain number on my launch monitor, I'm just going to put that, tuck it away in the back of my mind. And the next time, later today, that, oh, that's another pull. Later today, when I do more stretches for my back and my legs, my biggest intention of getting loose, more flexible, and stronger is all about the club head speed. And I know I can only do that if I effectively use my hips and legs the right way. All right, so we know that our distance is going to be between 5 and 10 yards off, carry wise, because our club head speed is deficient. That's just the way it is. We're going to take what we learned, use it later in the week to try and be more flexible, try and be stronger. But right now, we have got to get this dispersion under control. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. If you learned anything, if you liked what you saw, please give us a like, a follow, and a share. Smash that subscribe button. There will be some full lessons coming your way. There's going to be more full rounds. Nope. More struggle sessions like this, where I try and do too much with my upper body. Stick around. There is more coming. So we have some very, very good progress being made, even though we're not getting the consistent results that we're yearning for yet. The building blocks of our foundation are in place. We learned today that our club head speed is down. That's why our distance is down. We learned today that we need to keep our backswing a little shorter and let our hips drive us to our finish instead of relying on the upper body to be responsible for power and speed. I mean, that's straight all day. We'll take that. We'll take that all day long, right? Eventually, that club head speed number will jump up, but for right now, the focus is hitting it straight, and that was just a clear alignment issue there. Ah, just left that one a little open, but we're consistent, right? Our yardages are all hovering around that 125 number. That is about as far as it's going to go. We got it to 80 that time, and it was very, very straight. Pretty good impact there, too. We'll take a look at the slow-mo swing path. And like I said, if you come in for a lesson right here at Sweet Action Golf in Sylvania, Ohio, I record every session. I send you a private YouTube link when we're done. And this is what you see. You see the full projection screen. You see the impact still. You see the video of what the club face is doing at impact, and you see your swing. You get all of our dialogue. For information on lessons, please visit SweetActionGolf.com. Well, I think we're going to have to hit some drivers now, because that is another part of my game that is struggling mightily. If you had had the pleasure of playing with me outside or even anywhere indoors, you know that I typically hit it very, very straight off the tee. I like calling out my targets that I'm aiming at and hitting them. And I have not been hitting my targets the way that I have wanted. Excuse me as I jump in and change some settings here. Or not. We're going to keep it the way it is, I guess. Yep, guess so. All right, so we're gonna hit some drivers here, and once the replay machine gets done showing you that greatness, um, driver issues are the same miss as my iron and wedge, and my iron and wedge miss. Either I take it back too far inside, and that club crosses the line, and it gets stuck behind me. I've got to stand up out of my posture, and when I try and get that club back to the ball, so it's going to go right, or I feel like my hips are not going to do what they need to do coming down, and I try and gather power and speed with my right shoulder and right hand, and it's going left all day. So the other day when I was playing, I was struggling in that SGT round two. Made a mess of the front nine. Made the turn, paused it for a minute, tried to refocus and calm down. And I told myself, let's just make some good swings. Let's keep it short and stay behind it at impact. I got some really good results until the game had its way with me. You can check that round out. It's on the channel if you want. It was ugly. There was a large number involved when there shouldn't have been. But what are you going to do? There were 3 birdies in a row, though. So uh, my goal here with the driver is we are going to stay short, and we are going to try and stay behind it. And I do not like that left miss. Do not like. Ay, ay, ay. So if that's our baseline, I know we can do better than that. One thing I will say, and it's the first thing I noticed when I looked at the numbers, that club speed got to 100. I can count the number of times on one hand in the last month that I hit 100 in here. That tells me things are trending in the right direction as far as my body goes, and that makes me happy. During the summer, my number is usually between 103 and 105. So, uh, if there's been any data shown on the screen during my rounds, that average is usually around 95, 93, 95, 97. So I'm glad that I hit triple digits right out of the box today. Let's see if we can get this straightened out and maybe give us a little bit more confidence going forward. Wow. Swing feels pretty good. I just want to straighten that out. Yeah, that's only 20 yards left of the center line. And at 120 feet in the air, that makes me very happy. But I was not efficient there. Look at my smash. Smash at 1.45. Not efficient. That was a little off the toe. Yeah, that's more like it. For right now, that smash is still garbage, though. For right now, that's what we need to play to. That's what we need to play for. That little right of center. Yeah, it's only carrying 240, but I'm only swinging at 98. Did not catch it in the middle because my smash was way down. Ball speed's down. Speaking of ball speed, that's the next number we're going to start to look at once the swing gets better. Um, my goal is 150. It does not sound like a lot for most of you guys out there, but I'm happy when I get to 150. Oh, I stood up on that one. Oh, in my quest for speed there, we got a little too army with it. Let's try and straighten one out. And this is going to be the last swing before a quick break. That's what we're looking for. That's what we're looking for. It is what it is today, but we're going to take it. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. I hope that me talking through my problems, giving my explanations on why you're seeing a two-way miss, why I'm struggling with contact and scoring and performing for you guys. I hope it helped you. If you need help working out a plan of action to get better results, to get a better score, to have more fun, please visit sweetactiongolf.com. Thank you.